Hi there, welcome back to another Crypto Dave video. It's Friday, which means another crypto interest rates and news update. Today is the 10th of September 2021. And as always, we start by taking a look at any new coins or interest rate changes. And there is a new coin to report this week. We'll talk about this in a little bit more detail in a minute. But Matic, also known as Polygon, has been added to the Swissborg network. So that's now available on Swissborg. 2% for standard users, up to 4% for premium members. I've also updated all the Swissborg rates. Now, unfortunately, they've continued to decline. I think everything apart from their own token has gone down this week. Their own token gone up a fraction again, but it seems to be a bit of a trend over the last kind of month or so that the interest rate on their own token goes up by a fraction and everything else goes down a little bit. But very disappointing rates at 1.38% now for a regular user on Swissborg. Now that's worse even than the flexible rate for somebody holding no CRO tokens on Crypto.com. So really kind of disappointing that this continues to go down. But having a quick glance at the token prices, Bitcoin having a little bit of a kind of poor week this week. We had a nice run up in the middle of the week to about 53,000, and then we had a massive plunge down to about 43,000 over the course of a few hours, and we've recovered from that, and we're currently sat around 46,000. We've been sort of 45.5 to 46,500 for the last sort of like 2 or 3 days. We're trading sideways. Hopefully we'll see a little bit of recovery back up to those 50,000 plus levels by the middle of next week. But with the exception of Crypto.com, everything else following Bitcoin down. Crypto.com's had a fantastic week, so up 9.9%, compared to Bitcoin up obviously over 16%, so a really good week for them. Celsius outperforming Bitcoin, down 1%. Swissborg basically in line with Bitcoin, and then Nexo and YieldApp both very disappointing, down 15% for YieldApp and 16.2% for Nexo respectively. Now YieldApp did have, I believe, a really big pump last week, so it's obviously given up some of those kind of gains, but yeah, disappointing to see those drop quite so much compared to Bitcoin. And then moving on to some stories. Firstly, as we mentioned before, you can earn now up to 4% on Polygon. Now Matic is a token. Matic used to be the name of the whole kind of program, and it was rebranded as Polygon. So I just wanted to kind of clear that up. A few people have been a little bit confused between Polygon and Matic. It's the same project. It used to be called Matic. It's now called Polygon, but the token, the sort of token ID is still Matic, obviously, because I didn't want to change that. So you can earn up to 4% now. That's 4% for the premium users. Now that is a user that has 50,000 Swissborg tokens locked up for a year on the platform. There is 3%, I believe, available for community premium and 2% for the regular users. Now this is just the initial rate, and from other coins that have been launched on Swissborg, I think what you tend to see is that that initial rate stays the same for about sort of 3 or 4 weeks and then starts to kind of fluctuate on a weekly basis or a daily basis along with everything else. So you can probably expect this to be accurate probably for the next month, but it is added into the spreadsheet now, so we'll keep a track on this on a weekly basis. As I said, the rate does seem to be pretty low compared to what you can earn on Matic on other platforms, as well as obviously staking as well. So a little bit disappointing. I'm quite surprised that they've come in with such a low rate. I would have thought that they'd have come in with a higher headline rate, even if it was then to be substantially reduced in months to kind of come. But a little bit disappointing on the kind of rates there. But if you are using Swissborg and you have some Matic that you don't want to kind of stake yourself and you want to earn some interest, it's available now on the Swissborg app. And then moving on to some other stories. So we've got Crypto.com. I quite like this roundup that they do every month. So at the beginning of each month, they do a full roundup of everything that's changed on the platform in the previous month. So this is the August update, and I'll link as always to these stories in the description below, but we'll just go through the first few. So I was quite interested to see this. So basically the first one here is that Crypto.com exchange is now the top 5th exchange on spot volume. Now I remember when it first went live, and it was a pretty sort of small kind of exchange. It was very CRO kind of centric, as is possibly understandable, but they have really expanded that out. The amount of pairs, different crypto pairs, stablecoin pairs, has really been expanded out, and I think because they're onboarding so many new users, obviously that's had a knock-on effect on the amount of people using the Crypto.com exchange and not just using the app. But I was interested to see this top 5th exchange. If I went to when I went to CoinGecko, where this story is from, it was actually a 6th today, so it's actually dropped down a little bit, but 4 billion 24-hour normalized volume is still pretty substantial, and if they continue to grow at the rate that they have over the last sort of 6 months or so, could well see them overtaking some of these exchanges above them. Still a long way off of Binance and Upbit, but some of the other ones like kind of Coinbase and Huobi, etc., might be vulnerable to Crypto.com taking over. And then moving through some other stories, the Kronos testnet has been upgraded. This was a story we covered, I think, which was that global USD bank transfers available over 60 countries now. We covered some of these kind of partnership ones. So Crypto.com joining up with Serie A, that's the Italian sort of premier soccer division, football division, whatever you want to call it. We've covered some of the F1 collaborations, but NFTs is something we don't really cover massively in this kind of channel, and they are really pushing their NFT stuff quite hard. So if you are interested in NFTs, maybe something that you might want to kind of look at on the Crypto.com platform. As I said, there's a lot more stories. If we just scroll down, we won't kind of cover all of these, but there's a lot of sort of partnerships and dev updates and stuff like that. But just scrolling down here, you can see the amount of sort of new features, new pairs, new kind of coins, stuff like that available. As I said, you can click on the link below and read through them all yourself, but I definitely think Crypto.com is probably the largest of these kind of platforms in terms of the range of services and the amount of new services and new stuff kind of coming live on the kind of system. So a lot bigger than Celsius and BlockFi and some of the others in terms of the range of services they offer. So nice to see particularly their exchange kind of growing in scale and kind of like size of the trading volume on there. And moving on to another story actually from Crypto.com. So this is a trading kind of competition. So they're giving away F1 Paddock Club passes worth over $50,000. So basically there's going to be 5 pairs given away. So there's two tickets in each pair, and what's quite nice is it's going to be a trading kind of competition, but they're giving away 2 pairs just to lucky people, and then the other 3 pairs will go to the top 3 traders. So that's the highest volume, and it's basically USDC spot trading volume. So between the 3rd of September ending on the 20th of September, anybody that's done over $100 and completes this form, you have to complete this sign up form and complete advanced level verification, etc. But again, this will be linked below. But if you are using this spot exchange and you've done $100 or more of USDC spot trading volume, well worth clicking the sign up form, because a couple of pairs of tickets will be going to those. And then the people with the greatest volume, basically the other 3 pairs. So the top 3 traders with the highest spot trading volume at the end will get the other 3 pairs. But good luck if you're going to have a go at that. And then moving on to Nexo. So if you want sort of like a bit of a feel-good story, this is a bit of a promotional puff piece from Nexo, but they're doing quite a lot of promotional stuff at the moment, and it was actually quite a nice piece. There's basically a YouTube video here, and it's just going through 3 different kind of stories of how people have used the Nexo ecosystem. And in a lot of cases, these kind of stories, you could use other ecosystems as well, but it's basically 3 different kind of stories here. One about how one of the clients funded his studies, another one about somebody who kept their business afloat using their Earn on Crypto product, and then how somebody tripled their Bitcoin. So a little bit of a puff piece, but quite nice to see, and it's not a particularly long video, so take a look at that if you want. And then finally, we have a Yield App story. Now, they haven't actually posted this on their blog or anything, but I got an email basically saying that they're doing a webinar series featuring Kevin Bradford, who works for Yield Labs, and basically it's about how to build your crypto portfolio like a business. The first session is on September the 14th, so that's next Tuesday, and it will be done via their Telegram group. So the link below next to this story, so this is the Yield App webinar series. So if you go to the description below, there is a link there that will allow you to sign up to their Telegram group. And as I said, the first session is next Tuesday. It's at 2 p.m. UTC, and there will be subsequent sessions, I believe, over the next few weeks. But yeah, it might be an interesting thing. I'm going to keep an eye out for this. I've popped it in the calendar, so I'm going to try and watch this if I get a chance next week. But a lot of people that are watching this channel, particularly interested in CeFi and passive income and stuff like that, may well be interested. So that's about how to build your crypto portfolio like a business, and it will cover various things from identifying the right assets, and then going over sort of like ways to earn passive income from those kind of assets. So that's the last story this week. Now, just advance warning, I may not be putting out a video next week. I'm going to be away for a few days. So if I get a chance, I'll get a video out, but I'm not going to be in the office. So there's a reasonable chance there will be no video next Friday. But don't worry, I will be back the following Friday as usual with the crypto interest rates and news updates. So thanks very much for watching. Hope you're keeping safe and well. Give me a thumbs up, that would be fantastic. Hopefully I will see you on the next video, but until then, have a great day. Bye bye.